All right, y'all. Let's do some talking. So, I want to talk about Nightcap. Um, the conversation has to be said. I like the show, of course. I love the show. I think that Mr. Shannon Sharp, Mr. Sharp is brilliant, but I think he needs to do a little bit more on taking Ocho. 85. We call him 85, Chad Johnson, the take them where they need to be. And I know a lot of people who, well, ain't a lot of people gonna be watching the video, but whoever may watch this video may say, "Hey, man, they get enough views and they got a big channel," and that is true. But it just seems like when I watch their videos, it's it's it, it's like it's left to be desired when it comes to Ocho. In terms of his analysis. Um, think about this. So I remember when I watched the interview, and I think they were probably prepped for it at the moment, but they had did the interview with Will Smith and Martin for Bad Boys, right? I thought that during that interview, Ocho was really good. I really enjoyed listening to him as the interviewer, like giving questions and things of that nature. And I'm like, why don't I feel that way whenever they're having a conversation? Not a conversation. Why don't I feel that way when they're talking about particular sports? You know. And so what I meant when I said that I believe that Mr. Sharp, Unc, um, he should do a little bit more. I don't know if it's a thing where based off the topic that they know they're going to talk about, he should he prep them more? I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing where he needs to like prep him more and just get him in a mind space where um when he's giving this analysis, you feel it feels hearty, but it doesn't feel hearty when he talks. It's like whenever they go over something, Shannon Sharp will ask him his thoughts first, and then he says what he says. But I don't normally get anything out of it personally, you know. And I don't care to hear, oh, I play football, or we know these football terms that us normal people don't know. I don't care to hear that. Based off the answers that he normally give, it's just something that's not on. It's not. It's off. I ain't saying Chad has to talk like Shannon. Like Shannon, he's gonna have his own way of like when it comes to analogies and stuff like that. He's gonna have his own way on how he looks at stuff. You know what I mean? And that's fine. But it's just something like I've watched. I was I was watching the local channel, and I remember when I mean local channels, I was watching a bunch of the different analysts give their thoughts when it came to college football. And every guy you listen to, I think it was like Tim Tebow, and there were other guys that I wasn't familiar with their names. They gave really good analysis. You're like, okay, everybody had their own take on it, and you can tell that there was like real work done there, right? To give you a really good perspective based off the situation that they've observed when it comes to these games. I just don't feel like that with Ocho. And like I said, I'm very happy for their success. I love seeing people succeed anyway. I've always been like that. But I just think that he does need to be pushed a little bit more. And if he's pushed a little bit more, the channel is already really good just based off views alone, but it can be really great. We always say you're as strong as your weakest link. You don't want a situation where it's like, oh, well, when Ocho talk, I don't want to listen to him as much. Like when it comes to his situation, like okay, I give you an example. If you were to put Bubba Dub Morgan, I think his name is Bubba Dub Morgan. They call him Bubba Dub. He has his own show. If you were to have him on Nightcap and they were to give their analysis on the show, they will both have their own unique analysis. And I think Bubba Dub does a great job with doing his homework and actually giving his thoughts on certain things where you're like, yeah, this sounds a bit hardy. It doesn't feel like empty calories in terms of the information that he's giving you. And then he's already funny, so he adds this little comedic twist and stuff like that too. But I just, the show itself, I just want Ocho, I just want Uncle Shannon Sharp to push him a little bit more. You know, I know some people come for their stories and stuff like that, or stay for their stories, which is great, because you don't want to just have one reason why people come to your channel, because sometimes that can limit the things that you can go by. But I would love, like I said, I would just love for Unc to push him a little bit more, start prepping him more. So when they do these videos and he's asked these questions, he can give you a better breakdown on what he saw. Because I definitely believe Mr. 85 have the ability to do that, because anytime I've seen him be prepped, whether it was a music video or, like I said, the Will Smith interview with Martin, he did well. So that tells me right there that if he's prepped, even like I said, he ain't gotta prep himself for 4 or 5 hours, but like, bro, take 10, 15 minutes for these subjects so that you can give something, bring something to the table when it comes to your thoughts. And that's just me. Um, Again, that's no shade towards 85. I just want to see them be even better than what they are now. And, yeah, that's, like I said, that's just my thoughts. Y'all let me know how y'all feel.